Okay, guys, today we're going to do our recap for our daily trades, daily day trading. Okay, so first we traded ENT right here. It was it popped up on the momentum scanner. It was not a gapper. It was not on the gapping list, so it was on the momentum. And so here we'll break down the chart. We'll break down, see what we traded and why we traded it. Okay, so this stock, it opened at 535. It popped up on the high day scanner, and I remember this one from yesterday or the day before, where it popped up and it made a move, but on very light volume. So again today, it popped up kind of like a continuation stock. So I was watching it here on this level, a high of this candle, which is 585. It pulled back down here, and on the move back in, on the way back up, that's whenever I jumped in. It was a lighter volume, so it was a little bit riskier. So I went a little bit smaller share size. Well, I jumped in here at 585 for a candle to make a new high. Also, opening range breakout, made a high of that candle, and for a move up to 620. So from 585 up to around 615, 620, and that was my trade on that one. I sold half at the very top and then another piece down here on 610. So that was a pretty nice trade out of the gates, out of the open. It was pretty clean. It would have been nice. It almost halted going up. It would have been nice if it would have halted. You know, we could have seen higher move, but it did not. It did not go. So it happens. It was a profitable trade, so that's always good. We'll jump over to the next trade that we took on LK. LK. This was a morning gapper, so we did have it on watch. It moved from $4 up to 625, and it pulled back. It pulled back, and here it made a new candle to make a new high on the 5-minute. But we'll jump into the 1-minute chart so you can see our entries. Okay, so here we have where out of the gates it flushed. It opened, let's see, around 625, around this price here, this green candle. We'll zoom in a little bit. This green candle here, it hit resistance here at 630, and then it failed. Like, it dropped down to 551. From 630 down to 551. Halted for 5 minutes. It resumed higher, resumed at 577, hit a high 610, and then it creeped up, going higher. I jumped in this candle for a candle to make a new high or a bottom bounce. I do not remember. This setup is a candle to make a new high right here. So the entry was at 650 and sold up here at 679. Okay, I remember now. This was a dip buy. Yes, sir. It dipped down to 643, and I jumped in at 650 on the way down. So I jumped in a little bit earlier. I jumped in at 650. It dipped down another 7 cents, and then it turned around and it hit a high of 679. I ended up getting out around 670. So from 650 up to 670, nice little gain right there. And then on the next trade that we took was this huge flush. It flushed, it dropped below 643, and it dropped all the way down here. I ended up getting in around 625 for a what it looked like it was fixing a reverse. So potentially from 625 up to 650. Of course, that did not work. It failed. Continued to go lower. So I got in at 625, and I ended up getting out like around 615, 613. So a little 10-cent loss right there. Now these losses do happen. You just have to be prepared for them and be able to cut your loss whenever it's not working. I mean, you don't want to marry the stock, because as you can see here, it kept going down to 602. You know, that would have been a 25-cent loss from my entry point. And of course here it did bounce up. It found support down here at this level at 6, but that's not the case, you know, all the time. Sometimes they hit this level and then they continue to go lower. They hit low of day, which would have been 550, and then from there it just game over. Basically, I mean, they'll just keep going down, and it could get really ugly. So you just kind of gotta go in there with a plan, and if your plan is not working, you have to be able to be disciplined enough to get out. Um, so that's it. Those were my trades for today. ENT and LK. Alright guys, if you have any questions over my trades, or you like to learn how to day trade, just let me know and I'll help you out as much as I can. Thank you.